What's going on, everybody? J.R. Fisher here. This is our daily call to help you start, run, and grow your online business. So I want to make sure you can hear me. Make sure you post in that chat section all the questions and all the comments we can get in there. Really help our videos. So I would really appreciate if you would do that. Let me know that you can hear me, and let me know anything that you want to know. I'm going to talk today a little bit about pop-ups and how they can make you a tremendous amount of money. Matter of fact, I'll even show you how to build one. But if you have other subjects that you want to talk about on this call today, hey, I'm here. I'm open for you. Normally I charge for my time, but I'm doing these lives free for you guys, so I want you to take advantage of it. If you're not listening to this live, you can still post in the comment section. There just won't be a chat section, and then I'll come back and I'll see your questions in there, and I'll circle around and I'll get back to it. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. It's super important that you do that. And don't forget, turn on bell notifications so that you're notified every single time I go live, and you know that I'm doing these trainings. Okay, that way you won't miss out. So today I do want to talk about pop-ups, but it's more centrally located around automations. I mean, automations is the reason why you can make a lot of money online. It's not because you have access to the internet. Okay, everybody has access to the internet, and not everybody makes money online. Okay, it's the people that have access to the internet who also use automations. And one of the automations I'm going to talk about today is pop-ups, and it sounds like a really simple thing, but there's a little bit more to it than what you may realize, and I want to go through all that with you so you understand it. Have you used pop-ups? Put something in the chat section. Have you used them before? Has it worked out for you before? Can you do? Paul says, can you do what? What can I do? Put that in there, Paul. Whatever I can do, I will certainly do. I got a little hung up the past couple days because I got behind on some things, and I had to rewrite some scripts, and then I got further behind in my videos. So tomorrow I got to shoot videos again. So that'll be 2 weeks in a row that I had to shoot videos, and sometimes that stuff happens. And then on top of that, 2 of the videos I shot had no audio. I have no idea why they had no audio. I would have reshot them if I'd known that, but we made a mistake. We didn't check those videos before we moved on to the 3rd and 4th and 5th, and I think I shot 8 that day, but I also shot 11 ads, and so 2 of them were just trash. I mean, they weren't any good to us, so that was kind of a shame. So does anybody know what a pop-up is? What is your experience with a pop-up? Whether this is live to you, whether this is recorded to you. Today it is, let me check what day it is. I know it's Tuesday, 9/02, and we want to make sure it's Wednesday, the 24th of February, 2021. Somebody pointed out to me today, the other day, that the year we have right now is kind of funny because it's 2021, and that means 2021. Does that make sense? They won. I don't know, something like that. I thought that was kind of unusual and funny at the same time, and kind of scary. I don't know. Can you do a future video on merchant accounts? Yeah, I can do that, because you can get ripped off pretty bad on merchant accounts. I've seen people do it. I know people who make a practice of ripping off merchants online. They really do. It's ridiculous, and I hate seeing it. I hate seeing restaurants with some of the little gadgets they have on their iPhones, and they're swiping it, and I know they're paying double the percentage that they have to, and it rips them off. And that's a really good point, Paul, because I take that for granted. I've had the same merchant processor, gosh, let me think, for 11 years now. 11 years I've had the same merchant processor, and I've had, you can guess how many people contact us and say, hey, we want to get your credit card business, we want to do that, and I always say, nah, I'm good. I added some since then, I will say that. I've had PayPal for 12 years, which I don't recommend using for a credit card processor. You can take PayPal payments, don't use them for a credit card processor. And I don't want to get off track, but man, they can slam you, they can rip you off, and they did us at one point. All right, so let's talk about these pop-ups, okay? And I'm going to tell you, don't do things based on what your opinion is. When somebody first told me about pop-ups, I was like, oh man, I hate those things. I hate them. I'm not doing pop-ups on my site because they irritate the crap out of me. So that was a bad move on my part. I was basing stuff on what I liked and what I didn't like, and you can't do that online. You cannot do that. You have to base everything you do online with what works, okay, and what's proven. Pop-ups had been proven, and I chose not to use them. When I finally, got convinced to do it, I put a simple pop-up on our food website, and I started getting leads every single day, and it was amazing. And the thing is, I could have been getting leads for several years, and instead I did not, because I didn't like pop-ups. Well, pop-ups, can be used in the right way. They can be used in the wrong way, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do those inside Kartra today. Matter of fact, let me get over to Kartra right now. Let's see here, and I'm going to log into my account and Kartra login. Ready? And then I'm going to get right here, and bear with me because I got to kind of reach, guys, to get to my desktop. All right, getting in there now. And what do you think of pop-ups? Put that in the chat section there. I'm curious what you guys think of it. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Do they irritate you? I mean, they irritate the crap out of me. However, I will tell you, I have opted into some. And I wonder if you have. Have you opted into some, even though you don't like them? Or do you like them? There we go. I'm logged into my account now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log into one of the pages I already have built inside of Kartra. And then when I do that, I'm going to show you how to add a pop-up to that page. System's a little bit slow today, but it is getting in there. I'll get another sip of tea here while we're waiting. Okay. So there's a page. Let me find this page here will probably work. And I'm going to edit this page. I'm going to share this with you in just a second. Don't worry. You're not missing out on anything right now. And I will click edit. You know what I'm going to do instead, guys? I think I'm actually going to make a page, and that way you guys can see the whole process of me making a page and actually adding a pop-up to it. And what I'm going to do here, pop-ups are annoying, James says. They are, James. I totally agree, but they make me money. So what am I supposed to do? They make me money. It's like, because they annoy me doesn't mean that they shouldn't, be used because you make money. Okay, so let me get over here. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Desktop. I'm going to move that up. So you should see that now. And I'm going to click right here to add a new page. And I want to make sure that's all popping up on my screen here and everything is syncing up and everything's going like it should. But this is Kartra right here, guys. If you don't have Kartra, you need to get Kartra. And I'm going to tell you, if you ever hope to make money online and you don't have an automation system, you're just going to work your butt off. You'll never, ever be able to have this steady stream of income and not have to work constantly. You have to have an automation system. Kartra is by far the best one out there. I tell everybody that. Some people believe me and get it, and some people go off and try other things, and they spend so much money because Kartra has everything built into it. And it's crazy not to have Kartra. It's just crazy. So what I've done is I've gone into Kartra here, and this is how you build a page from scratch. And they have all these templates in here that are amazing. So they got my favorites, squeeze pages, video sales pages, thank you pages, whatever you want, and whatever you click on. Like, let me click on, let's say a product launch page right here. It's got all these different pages you can use, and these all have, looks like some videos in here. But let me just pick this first one here. I'll select this one right here, and now what I'm going to do is launch builder. I've just built a page, guys. I have to call it something, so I'll just call it test, T-E-S-T, test page, category. I'm not going to worry about category because this is not going to be a real page. I'm not going to worry about site, test page, I think 2, because I already have one in there. All right, site, and I'm going to put no site in particular, and I'm going to click create. Now I just built a page. Guys. Now obviously the wording on here is not going to be what I want for whatever my product is because this is a template, but it's already set up and it shows you where to put everything. Now I'm going to tell you some of the stuff they put on some of these I would get rid of. Like I would never have a menu up here at all, because that gives somebody an opportunity to click someplace you don't want them to. So you don't want them to do that. It does have where you have your logo here. You can click and edit this logo, whatever logo you want. Let me stick one in there real quick and I'll show you how that works on top of teaching you how to build a pop-up. And I'll do the pop-up in just a second. Let me find a logo. I'll put the e-business toolbox because that is ads are running now on YouTube for that. So what you do is you select it, and then I'm going to click confirm right here, and then that logo will change. Look at this. Check this out. Boom, it's in there, and you can see it when I close this. There it is. There's my logo right there. So what I'm really talking about is pop-ups. Let me get over here. Now on this page, these are all different components right here, but right here it says pop-ups. I'm going to click on that. Now when I get into pop-ups, guys, there are two different kinds of pop-ups. Okay, a pop-up that actually pops up when somebody gets to your page based on something, and then another pop-up that pops up when somebody is leaving your page. Okay, and we'll talk about the best ways to use both of these in just 1 second after I get a sip. All right, so let's we clicked on pop-ups, and I'm going to activate this one here now. Okay, so it's now activated. Now I've got some down here that, you know, these are templates down here, and then I've got one that I saved of my own right here. But see all these? I mean, it's just beautiful what they do. It's just really beautiful. Now once I've decided it's going to be a pop-up, a landing page pop-up, what I have to do is decide when it's going to pop up. So right here I could put display from landing how many seconds on every visit, or only on the first visit. So if I want that pop-up to be there every single time they come to this page, then of course I'm going to put, you know, on every visit. If I only want it to be their first visit, then it's only going to pop up the first time they come to the page. Now how does this work? How does it know that they've been to this page? What happens is it looks at their IP address wherever they're logging in from. So if somebody logs in from their house and they go to this page, and I've got on there opt in on first visit only, and they they go to this page, that pop-up's going to pop up. But the next time they're sitting on their couch, since they're on that same IP address, it's not going to pop up again. That doesn't mean it won't pop up for them again if they go to another IP address. An IP address is wherever you're accessing the internet. So if they were to go to this page and now they do it from Starbucks, or they do it from McDonald's, or wherever they have an internet connection, or from work, the pop-up will happen again. But if they do it right at that same IP address again after it's popped up once, it won't do it again. Now, is there a way around this? Yes, there is. If they go to your page incognito, they're going to be masking that IP address, and they won't see they'll see the pop-up every single time because the software can't figure out who they are. So that's one way to do it. Another thing they could do is if they clear their cookies on their computer, the next time they go to the page, the pop-up will be there because the pop-up doesn't know that IP address. So that's how this works, so you know how the system works. So let's go here, and I'm going to put 8 seconds. Okay, so I put 8 seconds. Then what you do is you come over here and you grab one of these pop-ups right here, and I'm going to grab this one here, and then you drag it over and just drop it. Okay, now I will tell you, if you have like an opt-in pop-up like what this one here is, see how this is an opt-in pop-up, you have to put a form in there, because when they opt in, you want to tag them with something. So let's say they were getting the Kartra book here. I would create a form in Kartra that tagged them that said this person opted in for this book. Okay, so now I could target this person afterwards with whatever ads. Like if I knew they were interested in this Kartra book, maybe I'd send them more stuff on email marketing, or send them more stuff on building web pages or whatever. And this is the way that I segment my audience. So what we're going to do is I'm going to publish this page right now, and then we're going to actually go to the page and see if that pop-up's working. Okay, so we'll publish it live. I love this software. I mean, I really do. It's so incredibly easy. You don't have to do any coding or anything. So then I'm going to get the page link, which is this right here, and then I'm going to actually go to it, So I'm going to go to that page. Okay, so here's the page. In 8 seconds, a pop-up should happen. We're waiting for 8 seconds for a pop-up to happen. Let's see what happens. Come on, there it is. 8 seconds. There's the pop-up that I just built, guys. It just happened. It just worked. Now, how long did it take me to build that? I just did a video on pop-ups and how you can make one in 10 minutes. It doesn't take 10 minutes, but if I said how to make a pop-up in 60 seconds, people would have gone, oh, come on, you can't do that in 60 seconds. And the reason I said 10 minutes is because you actually got to fill out this form, put your own artwork in there, do all that kind of stuff. But actually, making the pop-up work, you can do it that quickly. Okay, so let's go back to our builder here for 1 second. And we've put this pop-up in here, and let me look at pop-ups again, just to see what we've done. There's our pop-up window, activate on every visit. So let's say we want a pop-up in here. How can you embed this in a WordPress website? I'll show you that in 1 second. Matter of fact, I'll show you all that in 1 second. So let's say I want to do an exit pop-up. I'm going to click on exit right here. Now I need to activate it. Okay. Now on every visit, once again, I have two choices, and I explained to you about the IP address thing. On every visit or on the first visit. I'm going to say on every visit. Okay. And let's just drag this template over here, and I'll put that in there. There we go. Okay. So on every visit, if they try to leave the page, and there's no timing to this, because as soon as they try to leave the page, I want it to pop up. Okay. There's no need for a 5-second delay or 10-second delay, because they're gone by then, right? So you want it to pop up as soon as they try to leave the page. And I'm also going to show you how to embed this into WordPress too. So then what I'm going to do, look at all this here. Oh, it's looking good. Look at that. It looks good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to publish this, publish live. Okay. So that page is now published live. And then what we'll do is we'll go to it and we'll see if that delayed pop-up happens, and we'll see if the exit pop-up happens. Okay. So I'm going to go here, control, go to it. All right. So here's the page. Wait 8 seconds and a pop-up should happen. We're just going to sit here and wait now. I get another sip of tea. Okay, and there's the pop-up 8 seconds later. Pretty cool stuff. Paul says he's driving through the mountains. Oh my God, don't do that. Drive through a tunnel. That could mess up your car if you drive through a mountain. Tiger Woods tried driving through an obstacle yesterday. It did not work out well for him. I'm not making fun of him, guys, but that was a weird deal. I don't know if you're following the news. And did you? All right, so that pop-up happened. So I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to try to exit this page. Oh, look, there's the other pop-up, because I tried to exit the page. How easy is this, guys? Let me look at some of these comments here. This is super helpful and timely, JR. I needed help with this. Thanks. Good, Aldine. He's my buddy there in Jamaica. And we will be getting to Jamaica probably in the next year or so. So where are you? Put in there where you're at in Jamaica, Aldine. You never know. I have met a lot of people that I've taught online. I met Paul on a cruise there. I've met a lot of people on in real life that I actually helped online, which is kind of cool. I love meeting people. It's just so awesome. So there's the two pop-ups. How easy was that? Now, let's see here. Aldine had the question of how to put this all on WordPress. But let me tell you this. You not only can put these pop-ups on WordPress, you could put the entire page on WordPress. Let me show you how to do that real quick. So let's say you have a WordPress site. When you have your WordPress site, you can use some kind of builder in there to build it, or you could just say, I want to put in HTML code. Okay, I want to put in code. Watch this. Right here is the HTML code. If you copy this one line of script right here and put it on your WordPress website in the HTML page area, guess what? The entire page is going to be on your website. I mean, they'll be going to Kartra, but they'll see it on your website. And that's all you got to do. Copy that one line of code there. I mean, it's like incredibly easy. Let's see. Would love to meet you, JR. I'm in Kingston. Oh yeah, Kingston's a cool town. And I think I've been there. I can't remember. I've been there on a cruise ship a couple times, as a matter of fact. So I can't remember if I was there or not. But I love the people there. I mean, they're so warm and inviting. I love the food. I love jerk chicken. And I love Jamaican food, or rote. I think it's called rote. I love those things. Really cool place, really enjoyable. So it's that easy, guys. Check that out. It's that easy. I can also download the files if I want to do it right here, but all you gotta do is copy this one line of code. One line. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to put any commas. You don't have to put any parentheses. You don't have to do anything. You just copy that code, go to your WordPress website, click on HTML code, paste that in there, save it, boom, that whole page is on your website. I mean, literally, 10 seconds, you can put this page on your website. So if you don't want them going to Kartra, you would rather them go to your website for whatever reason, that's how you do it. And then you name your page whatever you want in your WordPress website, for your slug, whatever that is, and you just put it in there. Paul says, loving this. Rote is good. No kidding, it's good. It's fattening, but it's good. I like the rice and peas too, which is rice and beans to us in the US, but I know you guys call it rice and peas. Very, very good. Love it, love it, love it. Love food. That's why I got to do that cooking channel. So let me get back on screen here, guys. And I want to talk about automations for a second. Right there. So let me tell you what I'm doing right now. I have an ad. I have a bunch of ads that are running on YouTube right now. Okay. So what the ad is that you can attend a training. Okay. You can attend a training on how to make money online. It's 4 steps to make money online, and you can make money online in 48 hours. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to go to the page for registration. Okay. So if they click, that gets registered in YouTube as a click on that ad. So I now know that somebody clicked on it. Okay. And I want to walk you through each one of these steps. If they click on it and they go to the page and they put in their email and they say, hey, they put in their email and they say, I want to register for this class. YouTube now knows that page they went to, and it gives me another credit in my account. I don't mean credit as far as money, but a number in there that somebody did register. So now I've got somebody clicked and somebody registered. Then once they register for that particular course, they're going to actually go to the course, or they're not going to go to the course. So if they go through the course, the master class, it puts another tick mark and it says this person, you had this person register and they attended. Okay, so now I've got clicked, registered, attended. So I have 3 different actions right now. Now if they buy that course, it's clicked, registered, attended, and purchased. Okay, so now I've got 4 things. That actually gets recorded in my Google Ads account. So then I can see how many clicks I got, how many registrants, which is a conversion, and then how many purchases that turned out to be. Then I can look at how much money I've spent and say, is this profitable for me? Am I making money on this? Now, let's say somebody clicks and they register, but they don't attend the webinar. I can set up an automation inside Kartra that says, I want to send this email to everybody who registered for this course but did not attend. That way I could send an email to them and say, hey, I saw you registered for this, you never attended. Here's the link to go back and register again so you can watch this course. Pretty cool stuff. And I can set that up to where that runs constantly. So every time people register and they don't show up, a day later, 2 days later, an email is going to go out and say, hey, register for this course. Okay. So now I can do that. The next thing I can do, and I can do all this in Kartra, the next thing I can do is I can say, okay, I want everybody who clicked and registered and attended but did not purchase. So I can send them an email that says, hey, I saw you register for my class, you went through it, but you didn't purchase, so here's a link where you can go back and buy that course. Pretty cool stuff. And I can set that up as an automation. So when I go off to lunch, guess what? All this stuff's just going on. It's just all going on. And that's how you're going to make money online, through these automations. It's all those little simple things. Like if I weren't to set up that last automation, in other words, people went to it and they bought or they didn't buy and I just dropped it, then I would be missing sales, because the people who went to it and went through it, maybe they got interrupted, maybe they got a phone call, maybe their kid fell down, whatever it was, and they didn't get a chance to buy it. But if I send them an email and I go back to them and I circle back around again, guess what? They may buy it. Some people will, some won't, I know that, but some people will. So that's why these automation guys are so very important. If you don't do these automations, you're just missing out on tons of money. Let's see here. I'm looking at some of the comments in here. Guys, feel free to put whatever questions in here too. Is this helpful to you today? Did you like the thing on pop-ups? Do you understand what I'm telling you on automations and how that works and how that can make you a lot of money? Let me get another sip here. It's funny. I listened to Frank Kern. I know him because we were in a war room together. But I get on his email list because he does great emails. And he had a promo going the other day, and it was to buy whatever he's selling today. And it ended, okay? And when you went to the page where you're supposed to buy it, you clicked on it, it says this promotion's over with, it's ended, you missed out, blah, 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 blah. And then I think a day or two later, he sends out an email, he goes, okay, I decided to open it up again. I decided to open it up again. For the next 8 hours or 12 hours, you can buy this course. Now, I think it's kind of funny because what is a deadline anyhow? A deadline is just something you set up, okay? It doesn't exist. There is no real deadline, okay? He just says, hey, I'm going to sell it through this period of time. And why does he do that? He does that because there's a sense of urgency. There's a sense you're going to miss out. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO. You have to have FOMO in all of your marketing. He always puts FOMO in there, fear of missing out. And then once you have that fear of missing out, it ends. And you're like, oh my God, I missed out. So then he sends out another email and he goes, just kidding, you have another 12 hours. So he picks up more sales by doing that. So you see what he's doing is he's kind of mopping up stuff because maybe those people did want to buy it, but they missed his email, or whatever the case may be. They didn't buy it for whatever reason. If he sends out another email, he's going to make more money. So the more emails you send out, guess what? The more money you make. How many emails do I send out? I usually send out one a day. However, sometimes I'll send out 2 or 3 depending on if it's something that's closing down. If it's the last day, I may send one in the morning, afternoon, and evening to get people to, of course, participate. Frank sent me 6 in one day. 6 emails in one day. I mean, that's excessive. I know he has unsubscribes. But apparently, the profitability of sending out 6 emails in one day on the last day of a promo is more profitable to him than losing people on his subscriber list, because 6 emails is a lot of emails, guys. It's a lot. Let's see. Do you send text reminders for your webinars? Up to this point, James, I have not. But what I did on my webinar sign up is I started adding a phone number on there. Now, I don't require the phone number, so not everybody's going to put a phone number in there. But the people that do put a phone number in there, I can now start sending the text. And I haven't done it yet, but that's a good reminder for me, James. I'm going to start doing that. And what's y'all's opinion on it? Would you mind getting a text if you signed up for a webinar? Would that bother you, or would you like it? I know the majority of the people that opt into my pages and go to my stuff actually are on a mobile device now. It's on a phone, so I mean, it makes sense. It makes a lot more sense because you see your text instantaneously. You only see the email if you log in and check your email. So it's a really good point, James. I'm going to do that. Thank you. I just learned something from James. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't do it. This is very helpful. I saw some automations in Kartra from Frank Kern. Yeah, and here's the deal about using other people's stuff, okay? And I talked to him at length one day when we were at a war room and we were sitting around a table. And you could literally get everything he does, every funnel he has, every email he has, everything he has, and send it out and not get the results he does. Does anybody know why? Does anybody know why? Put that in the comments if you know why you could use everything he has exactly the way he does it and not get the same results. Put that in the chat section. Matter of fact, the first person that gets it right, I'm going to give him a gold star. I certainly am. So if you want a gold star, put your answer there in the chat section. Why is it that you could send out exactly the same things that Frank Kern does, and you kind of got to know Frank Kern to know the answer to this, and have the same funnels, have the same products, have the same prices, have the same emails, have the same timing, and not get the results that he gets? Why would that be? What is it about that? What is the missing part? I mean, geez, if it's identical, you should get the same results, right? The company I used to work for were using SMS marketing the same way you use your email list. Yeah, it's good. It is good. Let's see here. I miss many webinars because I don't get a text reminder. So yeah, James. I think I need to look at that, don't I? I need to get in there, and because I have that capability, why wouldn't I do it? It'd be dumb not to. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to add that to my webinar today, James. I promise you. They were doing it with success. You're close, Aldine. You're really close. He says his personality. What if you have a super dynamic personality? What if your personality is better than Frank Kern's? I don't know if that's possible. I really love his personality. He's such a smiley, happy, nice guy. I love Frank. He's just an awesome guy. But what if you have a personality just like that? Why would you still not get the results he does? What is it? What is it? There's this little missing part. You need to have the personality and relationship building skills. You do. But there's a big glaring thing here, and he told me what it was. Okay, and he told me why people don't get the same results he does. You need to have personality. Okay, I read that one already. Does anybody know? I'm about to reveal it. Nobody's going to get the gold star. I mean, nobody is going to get the gold star. I'm going to put the gold star in here, but if you don't guess it, you're not going to get the gold star. I'm going to say gold star goes to, and I'm going to put in who that goes to. If you can guess it real quick, put a guess in there. This is your last opportunity to win the gold star. Last opportunity to win the gold star. Okay, put it in there. Gold star goes to, I'm going to put a name in. If you get it, just guess. It ain't going to hurt to guess, right? So what if you're wrong? There is no wrong. It's just your guess. There's no wrong on my train, and everybody's always right. So don't worry about that. Gold star goes to, I'm about to reveal this. Should I set a timer or something? Nah, I don't need to set a timer. But what could it be? What is the missing link? If you used all of his marketing, all of his emails, all of his pages, exact same words that he had, same program he was selling, same pricing, same follow-up, same everything, and you don't get anywhere near the results he does, what would that one part be? All right, I'm going to put in, looks like gold star goes to no one. Oh, it goes to no one. Here's the part. When I was sitting with him at the table, I said, why do you do so well? He says, because I spent $10 million becoming Frank Kern. In other words, he's got notoriety. People know who he is. If you send out all the same stuff, you're not him. You're not him. They don't know who you are. They don't have that trust. They don't have that loyalty to you. They don't have any of the things that Frank Kern spent $10 million getting. And he says it that way because he says, that's how much I've spent in ads so that people would know who I was, so I could build up this credibility. It cost me $10 million to become Frank Kern. $10 million. Wow. So if you want to be Frank Kern, all you got to do is put in, 15 years of work and spend $10 million on ads. It's that easy. It's not that easy, is it? It's hard work. But I can also tell you this. In 2009, nobody knew who I was. I didn't own a survival food company. I was selling trinkets basically on eBay. And I'm still not, the richest guy in the world, and I haven't made trillions of dollars or anything like that. But I've come a long way because I just put in work. That was it. I put in a lot of work. I worked last night up until bedtime. I worked. That was it. That's the big key. And you can run some ads, and that's what I'm doing right now. That's very true. Notoriety is a very big factor. Yeah, because it's not the course that they're really buying. They're buying all of the loyalty and all the stuff they know about him from before the course, right? They've watched tons of his videos. They've watched a bunch of his ads. They've attended some of his trainings. And then when he comes out with a course, they're like, I know that guy. I trust that guy. I've tried some of his stuff and it actually works. And I've used some of the Frank Kern stuff and it works. And guess what, though? There's nothing new. There's nothing new online. It's just improvements on stuff that's already there. That's it. It's just improvements on stuff that's already there. We convert it into our stuff, okay? But nobody's got a new idea, okay? Everybody's just improved on things that are already there. And that's basically all you've got to do. And you're lucky now. You're very lucky now And I don't want to go too long because I got a lot of stuff to do today, but you're lucky now because there's so many people that have gone before you and have gotten really good results, and you can look at what they did and borrow from that. Borrow from Frank, borrow from me, borrow from whoever you want out there that's gotten good results, and say, I'm going to use some of that, I'm going to use some of that, I'm going to use some of that. Learn this stuff. Okay, I taught you about pop-ups today. It's a great thing. Where is it? James reminded me about the texting thing. He says he's missed so many because he didn't get a text. Today I'm going to add my text in there. And I knew this. I knew it. I just didn't do it. Here's another key to success. Success is not knowing. Success is knowing and doing. Right? You may know some stuff right now, but if you don't put them into practice, if you don't go try these things right now and apply it to your list, apply it to ads, apply it to whatever you're doing in life, it doesn't matter. It's not the smartest guy online that makes money, with the exception of Elon Musk. He's pretty darn smart. But I'm just saying, having a ton of knowledge, if that was the case, every college professor that was almost genius would be the wealthiest guy. But they're not. It's an average person like me. It's somebody who just works, who learns stuff and applies it. The college professor that is teaching business, right, is often not very wealthy. He has some knowledge, but he hasn't done anything with it. So if you don't do anything with it, guess what? It has no value. It has no value whatsoever. It's just knowing something. Knowing is not doing. I want you to remember that for today. If you take nothing else away from this today, knowing is not doing. Doing is doing. Okay? If you do something, you can get results, but knowing something doesn't do you any good at all. It's just a start. Okay? That's like saying, I've got a great idea. And how many times have you saw somebody and they come up with something and you're like, oh man, I thought of that. I thought of that 2-3 years ago. But it didn't matter. It had no value. Why? Because you didn't do anything with it. You got to do something with it. Somebody did something with it. That's the key. Doing. Doing is the key, not knowing. Let's see. Anything he puts out automatically sells. It does. He does well. Tony Robbins is like that. Also, yes, he's well known. He's built up that name. Thanks, JR, for this important information. Thank you so much, James. That's so kind of you. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. I love talking to you in the morning. It really is nice. I have not scheduled. I will be here tomorrow. And I will put a thumbnail up as far as the subject. But if you guys have a subject you want me to cover tomorrow, put it in that chat section. Put it in the comment section if you're watching this afterwards. Maybe you couldn't be here at 9 a.m. You don't want to... Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Think what day of the week it is. And you couldn't attend. So put that in the chat section there. Let me get another sip here before I get out of here. And if this was useful to you and you got something out of it, let me know. James is really good about that. Paul's pretty good about that too. He'll let me know if something's good. And if something's bad, you don't like it, tell me that too. Say, hey, that's useless. I don't want that. Okay, cool. I got it. I get it. I listen. I listen to you guys. But I really appreciate you being here today. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, the subscribe button down there will be red. If you haven't, that's how you know. It's warning you. Okay, so you need to click it and turn it gray. Please give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up on every video because that really helps the algorithm. You can't do a thumbs up on one video and not the rest of them. You got to go through and thumbs up all of them. Just thumbs up all those videos. When you do that, that really helps the algorithm and it pushes my stuff out to more people. More people get a benefit from it. As you know, I ain't selling you nothing on these. I'm just helping you out, guys. The one thing I would sell you on is get Kartra. I will have a link in the description where you can get Kartra for a trial for $1 if you use my link. So make sure you use my link, go to Kartra, sign up for Kartra, grab that. It's very useful. Thanks, JR, for this important information. Anything puts okay, so I guess we're done for today. I really appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, subscribe. Oh, bell. How can I forget the bell? This big thing is in my way. I bumped my elbow on it. I'm trying to get around it the whole time. But it's there for a reason. It's there to remind me, to tell you to turn on all notifications. This is one of the most important things you can do after you subscribe, because that way you will get notified when I post a new video, when I go live, any of that stuff. We can let you know, but we can't text you on YouTube, can we? Not unless you signed up for it. I guess you couldn't do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Now let me put that in there. Thank you so much for everybody being here and participating. There we go. So now I've said it. Now it's in writing, and I mean it. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Goodbye.